Hi folks, it is the 8th of October, Saturday, 10:18 p.m. I have only just gotten home, been out in the afternoon, and we saw many chemtrails, EMF ripples. Sadly, we didn't take the camera with us. Big mistake, but what I did notice, and I'll just show you taking up to here, is they're visible on this visual imaging and on the infrared. So another thing I was going to say is sorry to hear that in Haiti the death toll has been something like 800 now for Hurricane Matthew. Haven't particularly updated on what has happened in the States. I don't think it was very good though. Our weather isn't as bad, but definitely they've been pushing these fronts over, and I think today this what we saw, and you can start to see the ripples here now. This is 9 a.m. and there was some pretty unusual cloud, which see these long pieces over Hawke's Bay. There was some real long cloud. Aotearoa all over again. But now we start to see the patterns, 10 a.m. and we see these really pronounced lines all over this area. And what I was going to say is that I believe that this is really just one desperate attempt and probably working to pull more weather into this area, bad weather. Now look at this, look at the patterns there. It's just bizarre. This is not a natural occurrence. For one, these patterns all go in different directions. It's like an absolute signature stamp that there is EMF, electromagnetic frequencies, being projected onto this area. So you can see it coming through there, and it's pulling or gravitating all this cloud, this new front to the area. And here it is again here, very heavy. Haven't looked at the further down the islands to see if there was anything more there. It mainly seems to be, it's just like you can see here, just so heavily. There's a bit here, Marlborough, but so much in the North Island. Around Cook Strait here, there's a bit. So definitely they seem to be trying to get this to move in on the North Island. But there's no question about that. No question whatsoever in my mind that that is just manufactured weather, manufactured EMF to bring in more bad weather. So having just had one front pass through, we're now faced with another one. It's supposed to be rain coming in tomorrow. Well, there's no surprises why when we see this. What else can I say? I'll show you this other one. This is the visible, which should be proof enough. On the infrared, we get to see the same thing. And this is a bit of a longer version, so it goes from Friday right through. But you can watch and you can see what's happening. So this is the front that's been coming through here. I did notice something interesting on this. I'll show you as we go through. And this is the new one they're trying to drag over and push it into the North Island. And it is all that EMF activity that is pushing it or drawing it in, if you like. I don't know what the technology is, but it's pretty bloody obvious when you see this kind of crap in the skies. Okay, Now there is another thing I saw here which is very, very interesting. Here we go. Okay, so the other thing is you see these blank spots. These are squares. This is HARP type activity. Again, electromagnetic things. But you see these kind of square type shapes here, all around here. Now you watch those and you watch how they transform and change. And this is the EMF. This is infrared. So this is picking up heat signatures. And okay, so we've got like 3 areas, 1, 2, and 3. And you will watch and you'll see that at the moment that's kind of more round, and this one is kind of square, and this one has got more of a roundish appearance to it. Okay, now this one, well, let's just move it 1 frame more probably. This one's still round. This one's going square. This one's square. And that one's, well, round there and a bit of square there. Okay. But it's my experience from looking at these things that you'll see them turn circle, square, circle, square. They alternate. And this is an alternating of whatever the pulses are as they go through. It's pretty hard to get some definite pattern, but you can see that there are changes taking place here at least. So this is what's happening on the, what do we call it, the infrared. So let's go back to about, well, in the afternoon, and we see, you can't see on here much of that patterning that you see on the visual, but you do see these squares and circles coming through, which I guess is what is the infrared, let's say, visual of the same thing that we're seeing in this one as ripples. Because it's definitely sort of in that same vicinity, that whole same vicinity where those circles were and circles and squares were, but here you see them as ripples. But it's very, very pronounced right around central New Zealand. And where is all this cloud heading? Central New Zealand. So there I rest my case. We'll see what kind of weather it brings. I'm not saying it's bringing any necessarily extreme weather. It's certainly making a hash out of our spring, because we haven't really had a spring. We've just had an ongoing winter. But manufactured, absolutely. This is Nigel at Weather Modification Watch New Zealand, checking